Hey, what's up everybody, I'm Charlie, and today I'm going to be giving you a full review of some seasonings, rubs, and mixes from a company called A Cajun Life. A Cajun Life is a company originating from Eunice, Louisiana, and is owned by Chris Fondo and his wife. After sharing some recipes with some friends, Chris and his wife were encouraged to bring their products to a larger audience. Now, it has since grown into a company that ships its products all over the United States. Now, A Cajun Life had sent me some seasonings, rubs, and mixes, and for this review, I will be testing every single seasoning, rub, and mix that they have sent me, and they sent me quite a few, so we're going to be doing some tests on all of those. And from there, I will be giving my honest opinion, and that's basically it. So let's get started with the review.
Here are the seasonings. Here we have the all-purpose Cajun seasoning, the blackening rub, seafood rub, chicken rub, and mesquite barbecue rub. For our mixes, we have the fish fry, seafood ball, hush puppy mix, and the chicken fry, and we will be reviewing and taste testing these seasonings and mixes for this review. The first item we will review is the seafood ball. Here's the nutrition facts. The sodium is about the only thing, 320 milligrams, 17%. Here I have a pot with some boiling water. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of the seafood ball into the water. Gonna give that a quick stir. I'm gonna add some fresh shrimp in here. Give that a quick stir. And I'm gonna let this boil for about 4 minutes. It's been about 4 minutes now. I'm gonna turn my fire off and I'm gonna let this sit for about 2 hours. Next item we will be reviewing is the hush puppy mix. Here's the nutrition facts. The only thing is the sodium, 220 milligrams, 9%. And here I've already prepared the hush puppy mix. I already added some buttermilk and some egg to this. And here's my oil. I have my oil hot, fire already preheated. Now I'm going to add some of the hush puppy mix into the oil. This is actually my first time making hush puppies. I never made hush puppies before. And they turn into a golden brown really quickly. I'm going to go ahead and remove these out of the oil and set them on the side to cool. Next item I'm reviewing is the fish fry. Here is the nutrition facts. The sodium, 630 milligrams, 26%. Here I have a catfish fillet. Now we seasoned it with some all-purpose Cajun seasoning, and of course we breaded it with the fish fry. Here I have my cast iron skillet. My fire has already been preheated. We're going to add the catfish fillet into the oil. We're going to let this fry for about 1 or 2 minutes. Going to flip it over. Gonna let it fry for an additional 2 minutes, then it's finished. We're gonna transport it to a dish to cool. Next up is the chicken fry. Here is the nutrition facts. Sodium, 310 milligrams, 12%. Here I have 3 pieces of chicken. We've seasoned it with the all-purpose Cajun seasoning, and we've also breaded the chicken with the chicken fry. I already preheated my fire on my cast iron skillet. We're going to add the 3 pieces of chicken into the oil. Gonna let this fry for a few minutes. I'm gonna flip the chicken over. As you can see, that's a nice golden brown color. Now once we finish, we're going to transport this to a dish to cool. Next up for review is the blackening rub. Here is the nutrition facts. The sodium is 130 milligrams, 8%. That's not bad. It's pretty low in sodium. Here I have a catfish fillet. I've seasoned it on both sides with the blackening rub seasoning. I've already preheated my fire on my cast iron skillet with the butter in there. I'm going to go ahead and add my catfish fillet into the pan. And I'm going to let this sear on high heat for about 2 minutes. It's been about 2 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. And I'm going to let that sear for about 2 minutes. Now by that time it's finished, then we'll transport it to a dish to cool. Here we have 6 pieces of chicken in 3 separate bowls. For the first bowl, we seasoned this chicken with the chicken rub. For the second bowl, we've seasoned it with the all-purpose Cajun seasoning. And for the third bowl, we used the mesquite barbecue rub. Here are the nutrition facts for the chicken rub. Sodium 170 milligrams, 7%. For the Cajun rub, 260 milligrams of sodium, 11%. For the mesquite barbecue rub, 70 milligrams of sodium, 3%. Here's my 6 pieces of chicken. I've already put them in my prepared baking dish. I'm going to place this into a preheated 350 degree oven and bake it for about 30 minutes. Last item I'm reviewing is the seafood rub. Here is the nutrition facts. Sodium 140 milligrams, 6%. Here I have a catfish fillet, and I've added the seafood rub seasoning on both sides of the catfish fillet. I'm going to place this into my preheated 350 degree oven, and I'm just going to bake that along with the chicken. Here's the final presentation for all the foods we prepared. Everything turned out wonderfully. And now we're going to taste test all of this food, and then from there I will give my opinion on the seasonings, mixes, and rubs from A Cajun Life. So let's get started.
Now it's time to go ahead and do some taste testing. Now the first thing we're going to taste test is the shrimp that we boiled using the seafood boil. Now this is where all the flavor is. Really good. Oh my goodness. The shrimp is nice and seasoned. Oh man, it tastes really, really good. I'm very impressed by that. The seafood ball, it gets an A for me. I mean, this tastes really good. I mean, oh my goodness. It has a nice seasoned flavor to it, and it has a little spiciness to it too. Love it. Now we're going to do the next taste test, and we're going to be taste testing the Hush Puppies that we've made using the Hush Puppy Mix. Okay. That was really good. Oh man, that was good. I have to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of Hush Puppies, and I've barely eaten them in my lifetime. The only time I've really eaten Hush Puppies is at a restaurant, but these Hush Puppies are by far some of the best I've ever eaten. These are really good. Oh man, it has a nice flavor to it, and then it has a little spiciness to it. It's very, very good. Unlike those other Hush Puppies I had at other restaurants. I mean, man, they were like bland. But these are really, really good. This really impressed me right here. I mean, delicious. All right, I gotta take another bite. So soft too, real soft. Alright, next test, we're going to be testing out the fried catfish. Show you that. I'm sorry, I gotta eat this with my hands. It's not too overly seasoned. There's a nice little slight crunch to it. It's not like as salty like the Zatarain's fish fry, like the fish fry that comes in other packages. The seasoning is just right. It's not too salty. It's just right. But the seasoning is on point. I mean, it's good. And then it has a different type of taste, like kind of compared to like a cornmeal and a breadcrumb kind of taste. It's good, really good. Nice, well seasoned. Gets an A in my book. Next taste test, we're going to be taste testing the fried chicken that we've made using the chicken fry. Oh man, I don't eat fried chicken very often, but oh man, I'm about to dig it. Oh yeah. It's the same like with the fish fry. It's not too salty. The saltiness in it is just right. Unlike other chicken fries that might be a little bit more higher in sodium than this. This is overall it tastes good. It has a nice little seasoned taste to it. It's not overly seasoned, but it's just right. Really good. Now I gotta go ahead and take me another bite. Next taste test, we're going to be tasting the seared catfish that we've seasoned using the blackening rub. And there it is. In terms of flavor, it's a little lacking in my opinion. You can taste a slight bit of the herbs and spices. Again, like I said, this has you can taste a slight bit of the seasoning and a slight bit of the herbs and spices. Now we did pour enough on top of the fish so that way we can taste it, but overall it has a great taste. Now compared to Tony Chachere's and all those other seasonings, this has a lot less seasoning to it. But overall, it is good. If you want to try something that has a little less salt in it, it tastes great. It's really good. I like it. So there's nothing wrong with trying seasoning like this. Like I said, you can taste a slight bit of the seasoning and a slight bit of the spices. It's not salty at all. Just right. Next taste test is we're going to be tasting a piece of chicken that we've seasoned using the chicken rub. And there it is. My oh my. You can taste the seasonings, you can taste the herbs and spices. It is absolutely perfect for anybody that likes baked chicken. Compared to Tony Chachere's compared to Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, it's a little bit less seasoned, but it is just the right amount of seasoning. It's not overly salty, it's just right. It's good. The flavor for this is much stronger than I anticipated. It's very good. I like it. I give it an A. Okay, next taste test, we're going to be tasting the baked chicken that we've seasoned using the all-purpose Cajun seasoning. And there it is there. Look at that. Now with this seasoning here, compared to all the other seasonings that I've tasted, this one has the strongest amount of salt in it. I can't compare it to the Tony Chachere's. The Tony Chachere's is a little bit saltier than this, but this is really good. It has 110 milligrams less salt than the Tony Chachere's Krill seasoning. It's really good. Okay, next taste test, we're going to be tasting the baked chicken that we've seasoned with the mesquite barbecue rub. And here it is here, look at that. Compared to the Tony Chachere's Krill seasoning, it has less salt in it. It has a slight sweetness to it, so it has a little saltiness to it, but it also has a little slight sweetness to it too. But the saltiness kind of overpowers the sweetness just slightly. You can taste a slight bit of the herbs and spices. It's really good. Shoot, I might be baking my chicken with this from now on. It's delicious. Okay, for the last test, we're going to be testing out the baked catfish that we've seasoned using the seafood rub. And as you can see, this is it here. Now with this one, you can taste those herbs and spices, but the salt, the herbs and spices kind of slightly overpowers the salt, which gives this fish an extraordinary flavor. It's really, really, really good. Oh yeah. And plus it has less salt than the Tony Chachere's Krill seasoning, which is, by the way, a bit salty. But this right here is, oh, it's good. So for overall for this one, it's got an A in my book. Okay, and that is it for the taste testing. I've had enough fish and I've had enough chicken. Now you want to stay tuned at the end of the video, because now I am about to give my overall grade and my personal opinion about how I feel about the Cajun Life seasonings, rubs, and mixes. So here it is.
Here's my personal opinion and grade for the seasonings, rubs, and mixes by A Cajun Life. All of the seasonings were fantastic. My personal favorites were the chicken rub and the mesquite rub. The only thing I thought lacked in flavor was the blackening rub. Despite all that, all the other seasonings gave the food I prepared a great flavor, despite it having less sodium than the salty Tony Chachere's Krill seasoning. As far as the mixes goes, I really enjoyed the seafood boil and the hush puppy mix. I was really impressed with those. The chicken fry and the fish fry were both great. Again, all the mixes had less sodium than the other mixes I've tried. Each mix had its own flavor. I would recommend this product to anyone, especially if you're trying to eat less sodium or you're on a low sodium diet. Now, note, not all the seasoning and mixes have low sodium. Now, even if you're a person that likes a lot of seasonings in your food, I still recommend it for you because it's something different that you can try. For the overall grade, I give this an A. It's a very good product. Now, if you want to purchase this product, visit www.acajunlife.com. And I also want to take this time to thank Chris Fondo and his wife for giving me the opportunity to review their seasonings. I really enjoyed doing this review, and I hope you did too. So, until next time, take care, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Bye.